Greetings all, it's Shardvixen here, and today is a rambling 101 video, which means there's no actual direct ideas, except for one. Okay, so I had somebody in one of my chats say, "You sound like a middle-aged woman, dude." So I'm thinking they thought I was male to begin with, and then they thought I was, then they were like, well, wait a minute, I'm really confused. I always think about this, about my voice. Like, do I have a granny voice? And then my son said, no, you don't. So, first, we did a little skit about what he thinks a Grammy's voice would sound like. And it's actually inspired by the Game Grumps Cranberry skit. They did a little thing in the same way where they did this voice. So, here it goes. I find it funny when he does the voice. I don't know why. You're probably going to think it's stupid. It's kind of a dumb little skit. But it was fun. We created puppets and we did all that stuff together. It's a crafting thing we did together. We do a lot of those. My shoulder's really bad today. I've been doing a lot of stuff. But here comes the little skit about Grammy voices. 1, 2, 3.
I want some prune juice. Where is the prune juice? I was competing in the Olympics, you know. I deserve prune juice.
Go this way.
No, you aren't, Grandma. You have dementia. Take your pills. Who are you? We're your grandkids. Now shut up and take the pills. Why are you so burly and wearing ski masks? Take her down!
Okay, so I just think that's so darling. But that's me, okay? My shoulder's really bad because I am taking care of my house. I have this fear that people are going to come to my house and think I'm a hoarder. I mean, I've watched hoarding shows. In fact, today I'm watching a whole nother series of it. And I'm not. So I'm not like those people. My house isn't that way. In fact, look, see, I'm straightening stuff up, cleaning it out. But I get this fear every once in a while. And with my becoming kind of handicapped with my disability, it's even harder for me. So I have to do it in pieces and parts. I drink a lot of caffeine and then I do a lot. And then 2 or 3 days later, I'm not feeling well. And today, I'm not feeling well because I'm in the middle of a fibro attack and I want to sleep. That's all I want to do is sleep, but I want to get this done. I can't do anything if the house is in a weird state. So, also, we would like to move in a couple of months, so it's easier if I get stuff reboxed up. So, what I do is every 3 to 6 months, I go through everything. Well, that got derailed the last 3 years because I've been sick so much. I've moved stuff around, but I haven't actually gone through it. I haven't actually said, oh, what am I doing with this? I'm not using this. So we're now doing what's classified, most people call it spring cleaning. I'm going through stuff, we're getting a pile of thrift store stuff, and then everything else is getting tossed out. But I noticed that we have this very bad habit, as is the typical of hoarders, is to put things where they don't belong. Like, for some reason in this house, it is very hard for people to put the games in the game covers. I've broken most of them of the habit because they threaten that they don't get to play the game. Same thing with my movies. And I took them out of the movie containers and put them in envelopes. And for the longest time, I would walk around. I don't even know how they do it because I never watch them watching the movies. But I would walk around and find movies all over the place. And then I'd put all my movies back together. So the definition of a hoarder, though, is, and the reason this is in the rambling, because it's really not long enough for a long one. I mean, we could talk about hoarding itself, but a collection becomes a hoard the moment you're only collecting it because you actually are addicted to the feeling it gives you for having the stuff. It's not like you're collecting the collection for a purpose. So, I have comic books. I haven't bought any more comic books. I have the comic books I have, and I quit collecting them, and I keep only the ones I got. And probably, when I die, my children are going to get the comic books and then do whatever they damn well please with them. But I haven't bought any more, and they sit in my closet. And I've gone through those and gotten rid of some. The books are probably more problematic, so I've been going through my books. It's kind of a hard thing to admit, though. That's why I was watching, when I watch these shows, these people are all like, nobody knew about it. I always do that once, at least. You wonder, poor Shardvixen, she forgets the size of her nose. Maybe it's like Pinocchio and it grows on me. When I tell the truth, it gets bigger. No, so, where was I going? Oh, you know, I don't know, I lost that thought. Where'd that thought go? We were talking about the hoarding, and we were talking about people coming over. I don't know, I just lost the thought. I had an idea, and it went. Ideas do like that to me all the time. They just now come in and they go out, and I lose them. And I really want to talk about it. And after I watch this, I'll be all like, oh, that's what I was talking about. I want to do a vlog with my daughter. She doesn't like to be on camera. So I don't think the thing is if I get her to do it, she's going to sit outside the camera probably. And I want you guys to ask me questions to ask her. It's different than what does the Fixin say. I just thought maybe like her perception of me. Because lately people have been really dishing on her about me. Because fibromyalgia, of course, is an invisible disability. And so because of that, they can't see the pain I'm in. They can't feel it. You know, I can describe it to people for days and days and days, but they ain't gonna understand it. So I'm gonna show you something that kind of tells you, but I gotta pause it because I don't want you to see all of my body. Not because I'm ashamed of it or anything, but we already did that the last video. We don't need any more Vixen's boobies going on, okay? Okay, I'm not a shy person, so I'm going to show you something. This is what happens every time fibromyalgia starts. Every time I get an attack, I get this big red rash on me, and it hurts, man. And sometimes I get it under my arm, and I used to get them behind my knees, and they said it was an allergy reaction to flying spores. I don't think it was, but they gave me stuff for it, and I get the itchies, you know, from it. And then, but it hurts. It hurts like shingles does, but they tell me it's not shingles because it's on the wrong side of my body, because originally my shingle, the one bout of shingles I had on my back was on this side, and shingles, it's very, 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 very rare. So my doctor refuses to believe that my shingles jumped from this side to this side. And that's what it is, because it doesn't look like shingles. But you can have shingles without a rash, so who knows? Maybe I get the rash and then I'm getting the shingles, which is the pain I get, because it burns and it hurts, and then it makes my face hurt more, and then it makes my my skin, I feel like I have hives. I don't know if you ever know. Scratch, 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 scratch. I try not to scratch all the time, because I scratch my face and it bleeds, or I rub my face and it bleeds, because pieces of skin plop out. So that's really disgusting, sharing there. But anyway, what that led to was the invisible disability. So I think for me, and I try to do this in my life, you cannot compare disabilities. Okay, yeah, not having an arm and a leg, that's pretty bad. Is that worse than having fibromyalgia? I don't know, because I have an arm and a leg. So I can't compare that across the board. Is fibromyalgia worse than it having depression? Sometimes, for me, because I have depression and I have fibromyalgia, and sometimes the fibromyalgia gives me the depression. And supposedly I get fibromyalgia from depression and stress and anxiety. So anyway, so you can't compare disabilities, man. You can't. Someone can't look at somebody and say you're more disabled than somebody else. What I get a lot is, how come you can't work? There's people that are in wheelchairs and they work, and there's people that are have artificial legs and they're running marathons. You know, and the only way I can say it is that, are they in constant pain? Because then yes, they're probably better than I am. Because that's what you start to feel like. These people throw that at you, and they start to make you feel like, you know, that somehow you fail. You know, because you succumb to the pain and the depression, so therefore you failed. I don't see that about myself. I don't see myself as a failure. Except when I'm depressed, of course. And then you see yourself as all the bad things. But I don't really, most of the time, I'd say at least 75% of the time, I do not see myself. Well, okay, let's do it this way. 100% of the time, on the days I feel good, I don't see myself at all as a failure. On the days I don't feel good, which can be about, it depends on what kind of cycle I'm doing. I do. No, I think that I am a failure. The thing I've done best in my life is be a mom. That's what I think I've done the best. And the second thing I think I've done best is be a behavioral analysis for kids, because I saw a lot of changes in children. Not the same kind of changes other people saw, but little changes, things that could help them carry on to be great adults. But they had such terrible baggage to begin with. It's rare that they're going to do what everybody else wants them to do. People want people to jump back from things, from depression, from abuse, from trauma, from war. They want you to jump back and be perfect again. And it doesn't happen that way. The other thing that's been on my mind is I read a lot of stories about people hurting other people. Because I get in this house and I get stayed in my house, and it's a perfect little world here, and so I think that I forget how horrible the world can be sometimes. But because of that, that's why I advocate. I'm an advocate for mental health, for behavioral issues, sensory issues, and now fibromyalgia. It's really important that people understand. It's really important that we talk about these things that are giving us sadness and problematic things. So I try really, really hard to stay on top of that when I'm having those kind of days. Now today is a good day because I had caffeine. Caffeine solves everything for me some days. Other days it doesn't help in any shape or form. My lifesaver, of course, is my children. They've always been my lifesaver. I am so grateful for my daughter, who I'm so very proud of. And I'm so grateful for my son, who I'm also very proud of. They're both different. They're on different spectrums. And then my beloved boo boy, of course. And without them in my life, it would be a hard thing. So every day, that's where my anxiety runs from, is the fear that I might lose that lifesaver that I have. I had a very bad dream last night about that, so I'm sorry that you see I get kind of weepy here. But I do. I love them with my heart, my soul, and all the changes I ever made in my life have always been for them. Beneficial for me. I quit smoking. I quit drinking. I work very hard on the tendencies of my depression and things. The worst thing is I'm a bit of a yeller. I have a flash temper, rage issues. That's probably the worst part of me. I try very hard to do the best I can for them and show good examples. But I like the vlog. I'm going to go a little over. I've been lately, I'm sorry. I like the vlog because the vlog allows me to go back and listen to the things I say and see if I still feel the same way, and to make sure that I am staying on focus with this disability. For 3 years, I've been waiting for a cure. Even though I knew there wasn't a cure, I was waiting for it. For 3 years, I was waiting for someone to say, hey, here's what you can do to get your life back. For 3 years, I've been struggling to get on disability. I still haven't heard nothing. They lost my case, and now we had to start over. The only thing I can give back is support and love, and to explain to everybody that when you ask me how I am, I will always tell you exactly how I am. And the reason is because I have invisible disabilities, and they need to be known. I should not have to hide how I feel. No one should have to hide how they feel. We should be open enough as human beings to say, how are you? Oh, it's been really hard today. Really. Because all you have to do is listen. You don't have to give any help. You don't have to help. But people get really stressed because they can't help somebody. You can't help some things. It's just, you can't help me with my fibromyalgia. But you can't help by listening and saying, like, to name a few, Long Roger, Wicked Thorn, Pippin Plays, Richard Huntington from the Geknip Gang, Sav Jazz 21, of course. All those people have always said, and my sister have always said to me, you know, I can't help you, but I'll listen. I hope you feel better. That's all. That's all you have to say, you know? There is no answer to it. You can't fix it. I wish I could. I wish a lot of people who have fibromyalgia wish they could, because it disrupts your life so. And then people don't believe you that your life is all disrupted. Now, I already talked about fibromyalgia before, and I'll probably do an update one because I've learned more about it. Sorry, got all weepy. Anyway, so the next vlog is going to be about French Kiss. It's a movie I love. It's, you know thyself. And then I should be streaming Monday. I'm not sure what time yet. I thought it'd be about noon, but it might not be. But I might be doing a little bit of streaming earlier than that for some of the Xbox 360. So this one is the longest rambling I've done yet. But I hope you guys have a really great Sunday. I don't know what the date is. I'm sorry. I don't know what today's date is. I know it's a Sunday because I'm doing a vlog. I think it's the 12th? The 11th. I don't know. Sorry. So, that's it. I'll catch y'all later.